welcome all. Here again is Goose the Grey with another Diamond Solo Queue cast, and with me today is the PaSch, casting as my color caster. Should be a great game with lots of fun.
Should be indeed. Hello everyone, and we are on the Rift.
We are on the Rift. Everyone moving out, and my game isn't maximizing yet. There we go. I can finally rearrange my icons. Here we go. As we see the red team, what looked like a defensive setup, but in the end does look like they're gonna invade onto the enemy's blue buff, and the blue team not expecting this. They're all grouped up on the lower half of the jungle, but Jinx is gonna meet Rumble there in that bush alongside the mid lane. Rumble just putting one hit on her, the flame spitter coming out as well, and Jinx is gonna retreat to her tower, already taking a little bit of damage though, so has to be careful. The flame spitter on again. Jinx now already lost about a third of her HP. Gragas going in. Gragas doing a lot of damage, and Jinx has to run away. Is that going to be first blood already? The Ignite comes out, the barrier is forced, and I do think that Ignite will still pick her up after the barrier is gone. Yes, one more time. No! With 6 HP, Jinx survives the early game, and now Rumble is moving.
But here comes Rumble.
Could he get caught out here? No, it does look like he's just going to walk by, and the red team very calm there, just sticking around, and now Ahri, Jax, and Vi looking to take away the blue team's blue buff.
I'm not quite sure what Jinx did there. She kept running back in, then running back out. Took a lot of damage from that flame spitter, and once the Gragas decided to come in and put down the Ignite and body slam her, she was in a lot of trouble. Had to burn her barrier pretty early on, so that means she won't have that in lane. I'm not quite sure what went through her head at this point. But anyway, it does look like the red team will go through with this blue buff here, because nobody from the blue team really knows what's going on. Gragas is a bit earlier in lane since Ahri was helping out with that blue buff, and immediately goes aggressive as well. So takes a bunch of damage from the Orbis Deception back onto him as well. So early trades on the middle lane happening. And the blue buff still did go through to Vi, and she may actually go for a gank here onto the middle lane. And
the Vault Breaker coming in. The Ignite from Ahri was down onto Gragas as well, and they may get the first blood. No, everyone flashing, but that's going to be the power punch from Vi, picking up first blood.
And that was a level 1 gank. Gragas went in at the exact wrong time. He used the body slam onto Ahri to get onto her, but that was when Vi was already charging up her Vault Breaker. And because the blue team did not know that Vi was in their own jungle.
Really engaged on the bot lane. Leona going in with the Zenith Blade. Had the early level 2. That's barrier forced out from Lucian. The Ignite is on him as well, but he's going to survive for now. Nice shield out of Janna to keep him alive.
Yeah, and that's basically... Janna is generally seen as a counter pick to Leona. Because of that Howling Gale, once Leona does decide to go in with the Zenith Blade and Shield of Daybreak, she can just knock them all up and allow her AD carry to get away. Her shield basically helps with that as well. So Draven did not go down. If Janna had not used that Howling Gale to knock everyone up and shielded Draven for a little bit of the damage, then Draven would have gone down there. Lucian. Oh God, yes.
It's not Draven. Draven was last game. But yes.
Yes, exactly.
And it's
Lucian.
It's pretty cool because Jinx, you know, her barrier was down, but she completely compensated for it. Leona and Jinx playing that lane perfectly, waited to get the early level 2 and then putting on the initiation.
Yeah, that is basically what they do. In Leona, early on, level 2 is the main point that you're waiting for to aggress. But Janna was level 2 at that point as well, so she had both the Howling Gale and the shield, and that managed to save Lucian's life.
Indeed it did, as we see a little more bashing hits in the mid lane, but now Vi is moving up towards top. Looking to get that gank in, but there is a ward, so she's just going to turn around, go back home, and all the lanes still fairly even now, except for the bottom lane, of course, with that CS difference.
There is a CS difference there. Indeed, I actually misplaced everyone.
Oh, Kha'Zix was looking for a gank down bot. Wasn't able to. There were wards, and now Vi's gone into the top. This counter-strike was onto Rumble, and Vi is there as well. The red buff is on. The Ignite is down. Rumble surely going to go down here as he still flashes away, and the last hit from Jax does pick up the kill. So another kill there, and now Kha'Zix looking to make the move on mid. He's hanging around the side, and we see actually an engage in the bottom lane with that Zenith Blade. Nice Howling Gale saves everything, but now Kha'Zix comes in. A lot of damage onto Ahri. That's going to be the kill. Once again, Gragas going to pick that one up.
Yeah. In the bottom lane, we're not going to touch on that too much, but yeah, again, the Howling Gale, able to get Leona's, basically negate Leona's very strong initiation. But Kha'Zix in the middle lane, that's just what he does. He comes in from behind, he leaps onto you, puts down a lot of burst, and then takes you down. Ahri just learned that the hard way, got taken down. And she was behind in CS in lane anyways, and now that she got forced out by getting killed, Gragas going to back away here as well, but he has enough money to pick himself up maybe another Doran's Ring. We'll see what he goes for here, but there's a gank on the bottom lane as Kha'Zix comes in.
Kha'Zix came in again, and the Zephyr is down. There's a flash out of Kha'Zix. The barrier and Ignite are out. Does look like Jinx is going to be able to survive that barrier, and the flash did save her life. And Kha'Zix just, with those huge burst damage, just making things happen here.
Yeah, the Flame Chomper's pretty much saved her life there. She was able to get away, did not get taken out. She is ahead in lane by a slight bit, looking at the CS, so getting away from lane, going back to base, allows her to pick up the Vampiric Scepter, which will give her a little bit of lane sustain, which will help her against the immense poke that Lucian is able to throw out in the early stages of the game. So, not too bad from that. The gank did help Lucian to catch up a little bit. He will be able to draw even in CS with his laning opponent, so things are pretty much bang even down in that bottom lane for now. And pretty much in all the other lanes as well, as Gragas picks up his Chalice of Harmony. Gonna go for the Obscene's Unholy Grail early on. Already gone for 2 Doran's Rings. That's basically what you do when you get behind early on in lane. Gragas down a little bit of positional disadvantage, but Ari not really making use of that. Did not attempt to use the charm.
Ari just playing it safe for the time being, was just happy with putting on a little bit of damage onto Gragas, but now Vi's back up in the top lane. There's the counter strike onto Rumble. Rumble is caught out, and Vi is already there as well. The Vault Breaker, of course, landed. There's Assault and Battery, and that's going to be another kill for the red team here. Maybe they're still chasing down Rumble. Yes, there's another Leaf Strike. One more Power Fist. There's the Vault Breaker, and that's going to be the kill finally. Did try with another Flame Spitter to put back a little bit of damage, but Jack's going to be happily picking that one up.
Yeah, Rumble is pretty much overextended for most of the time he is in that lane, but he lacks a definitive escape mechanism, so that's why we did see him get taken down twice now by nice Vi ganks. You can't do that against a laning opponent and a jungler with so much mobility as Vi and Jax, because they both got a way to catch up to you, but Rumble does not have a way to create distance, and that is why if he goes out like that, he should at least play some wards, but he failed to do that, so he's now down 2 kills, forced to buy 2 cloth armors, go defensive for now.
He will, of course, be looking for that Zanya's Hourglass at some point in the game, but he's not getting as much gold as he would like to, and the lane advantage is now in favor of Jax, as Jinx picking up that Wraith. So that's a nice little extra. They were far ahead in lane, pushed that all the way out, picked up the Wraith, and now Kha'Zix is looking for another gank in mid. He's made one happen already.
Yeah, he's made one happen, but I'm not sure if he wants to go for this one just yet. He instead is going to just look to pick up the blue buff here, but
This is dangerous.
Vi is going to come in, place the ward. Leona coming in from the bottom lane as well. This might
There's
turn
the Zenith Blade, the Shield of Daybreak as well. The Ignite is on Kha'Zix, and he has to run away. He's not going to be able to. Leona picking up that kill. Could have left it for Vi, honestly. And now Ari catching out Gragas with that charm, putting a nice amount of damage on, but Gragas is just going to body slam away. Going to be safe for the time being, and Ari moving over to pick up that blue. Really bold by Kha'Zix, and didn't quite work out for him.
Yeah, it was bold indeed. He did not know where the enemy laners were, because at that point Jinx and Leona were not in the bottom lane, and as soon as Vi came in, he should have gotten the hell out of there, but he decided to continue trying to take away that blue buff, and once Leona did come in, he did disengage. Rumble,
A lot of damage onto Rumble in the top lane, though. The Ignite was down at that. Yeah, ultimate from Rumble wasn't quite enough to save him. Jax just getting the upper hand here.
He just keeps doing it. Again, he was halfway past the river, and he is down. He was down 2 kills already. Jax already did have 2 kills on him. Has the Vampiric Scepter and the Longsword. There's just too much damage for him to deal with, and because
Now
he cannot get away,
nice solo flare, nice Zenith Blade as well. They're going very hard onto Lucian, but he did manage to get the flash, and Genesis soon saved him for the time being. But Ari around the backside, and Vi still sticking around as well. This will probably be a dive once the lane is pushed. Jinx working hard on that. Everyone using their abilities to clear for now, and I don't think the blue team knows that Ari is there just yet. They're trying to clear the wave with that culling. Now comes Ari. The charm lands onto Janna, and the rocket actually misses, and now Leona, after tanking the tower, has to run away, but that's the first kill finalized. Lucian may be able to get away, is going to flash and actually keep himself alive, and now Gragas is in the mix. He's going to be looking to actually return a couple of kills, did a nice amount of damage. There's the explosive cast, puts the Ignite onto Leona as well. That's going to be the kill onto her most likely, as now Jinx has to try and finish him off together with Vi. Vi with a Vault Breaker is there. Lucian coming back around as well, and Vi actually going very low. Leona did not end up going down, so she actually did manage to survive. Very, very close fight there. Oh, Kha'Zix
that
in the top
fight-
lane. Jax is in trouble. There's a jump, and that's going to be a nice amount of damage. It's a slow onto Jax as well. He has to flash away, and the flash out of Rumble, that's going to be the kill for Kha'Zix in the top lane.
So yeah, there were 4 people of both teams down that bottom lane. 3 people, no, actually 3 blue team people, 4 red team people. It means that the entire pressure from the red team was focused on that bottom lane, which allowed Kha'Zix to go top and pick up the kill there. I would have expected him to go in a little bit earlier because that engagement down in that bottom lane was so long and drawn out that he could have gone and attempted to take down Jax much earlier than he actually did. If he did go for it, the least he would have done is force him out of lane, which would have allowed both Rumble and Kha'Zix to put a lot of pressure onto that turret. As it stands, though, they pick up the kill. Kha'Zix does pick it up. I think it would have been better for Rumble to pick it up so he would have more of a chance in lane because Jax is pretty much demolishing him at this point, keeping him under his turret. He's pretty much overextended now, but he can actually do that now because he knows that the enemy jungler is not there. However, Vi is making her looking like she wants to make her way up top, but Rumble immediately backs away, places a ward for once, and that should keep him safe for the next few minutes. In the middle lane, though, Kha'Zix might come in.
Kha'Zix is sitting around the side and does look like he's going to go. The explosive cast came out and Ahri using the Spirit Rush, trying to get away instantly. Does look like she's going to be safe. Throws the charm back, and Gragas is out of mana, so he can't do too much more. Kha'Zix now looking for the fight, has to jump out. Vi and Ahri both too healthy with too much mana there. Blue team having to back off. Now the bottom lane. Leona's looking for the engage, and both of the junglers are moving down there, so it's dangerous.
It is dangerous indeed. And Kha'Zix and Vi might have actually met here, but Vi will now move away once more. Make her way down to the bottom lane, which is overextended right now. They have a ward in that Tribush, so they know she's coming in. However, they're moving out a little bit too late. Now Leona will probably...
There's the Assault and Battery combo, not quite with the Flame Chompers, and another nice Monsoon knocks everyone from the red team back. Janna playing very, very well here. That's the second gank she's avoided completely with her ultimate. Kha'Zix, of course, was sitting in the wings as well, waiting for something to happen. Does look like that's it for now. The mid laner stayed mid as well, and Kha'Zix is backing off, so... Does look like the red team may actually have an opportunity to go for Dragon, knowing that Kha'Zix is back.
Yep, and they are going for it. There's a ward there from the blue team, so they know what's going on, but Gragas, Lucian, and Janna not looking like they want to do that, so they're just going to give this Dragon over to the red team for now. They know that it has been picked up, so they got the timer on it. Rumble in the top lane in trouble.
Rumble taking so much damage, once again going to be fine for the time being. Jax did not use his Ignite yet, but he's going to push this wave under the tower. There is actually the ultimate out of Rumble. The equalizer, and now Jax goes under the tower, puts down the Ignite, picks up an easy kill. Nice job being patient there.
Yeah, use the equalizer to farm away that wave, so Jax wouldn't be able to do exactly what he did, but it was a little bit too late. Jax was, at this point, had already cleared out most of the wave, so the minion wave advanced, got out of the equalizer. Jax got the time he wanted to get the dive onto Rumble, picked up the kill once more, and will probably be able to take down the turret here. No, he's just going to proxy farm for now.
He's quite happy with the lane as it's going right now, so I think he wants to extend this laning phase, and even Kha'Zix moving up there cannot dissuade him from doing so. He may actually decide to fight, goes in with a counter-strike. The ultimate is used by Kha'Zix. Counter-strike misses though, so nice job using the speed boost by Kha'Zix, and now Jackson, a lot of trouble, goes back in. That's going to be too much damage for him though. Should have tried to get out over the wall.
Yeah, Jax overestimating himself a little
he
bit
didn't
at
have
this
his
point.
ward.
Yeah, he did have the trinket ward.
He tried to go over it wasn't up yet, and
that's right.
So he had to use his leap strike to get back onto Kha'Zix. That's what he was thinking about. Sadly, cooldown too long.
Yeah, the flash, of course, was burned in the gank that happened while everyone was bottom lane, so that's a nice pickup. He just overstayed his welcome a little bit. As soon as he saw Kha'Zix going in, he should have backed away. He overestimated himself a little bit, went down, so that's a kill over to Kha'Zix. It was actually
another
a
solo flare in the
shutdown.
bottom lane. Beautiful kill under the tower. Leona picking that one up. Lucian really having nowhere to go, didn't even use this barrier. Nice execution there with this mega death rocket. Now Gragas moving down as well. Will he be able to catch someone out? No, they go back onto Janna. Nice Howling Gale though, knocking Jinx up. She flashes away from Gragas. Keep herself safe, puts down the zap again. And Vi and Arya both moving down here. That's another 4-man stack from the red team in that bottom lane. Assault and Battery goes onto Gragas despite the flash taking Vi very far. That's an explosive cast, not really doing anything. Another nice Monsoon gets Leona out of there, but Vi and Jinx going to be able to chase down not only Gragas, but Janna as well, maybe? No, she's going to be safe because Lucian is just back in that lane as well. Kha'Zix is coming down and around as well. Vi actually going very deep under the tower, is ignited, has to try and survive somehow, has that shield on himself, but Kha'Zix is going to love this for a reset. Is he going to be able to get it? No, not yet, and no, he will actually... He will get the kill, but he'll go down right afterwards, and now Ahri wants to get the kill onto Janna and Lucian. She's going very low here. Nice charm onto Lucian, though. And then the equalizer picks up the kill onto Ari. Jinx now having to back away as well. What a fight. Overall, I think that was a 2 for 2.
Yeah, that fight was just ridiculous. Red team going so deep they hadn't even picked up the tier 1 turret down in the bottom lane, and they were hanging around the inhibitor turret. For a moment there, it looked like they were going in too deep because Kha'Zix was able to would have been able to come in and get himself a few kills, resets. Could have been easily a triple or even quadra kill, but because of the lockdown that Ari provided, they were able to keep him in place, then immediately focused all the damage onto him so he wouldn't be able to get the resets, took him down. He was able to get a kill, but he wasn't really able to capitalize on that to leap on more people. And from that point onwards, it was just nice positional play from the red team, able to take care of the targets they wanted. They did trade 2 for 2, but that's just because they went in so deep. They have picked up the tier 1 turret now, but they didn't during that fight. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah, the minions during that time picked up 2 towers in the top lane and in the bottom lane. That puts it at 2-0 in towers, 10-5 in kills. A nice 4,000 gold lead for the red team, and they're trying to make the moves here. Ari battling Gragas still in the mid lane. Dragon's not going to be up for a couple of minutes, so that's not going to be an issue. But Jack's back in that top lane, and Rumble, having to reinforce mid, is not going to be up there to pick up any of the farm in at this point. We see Jack's pulling farther and farther ahead.
Yeah, he's drawing some aggro, though, from Kha'Zix, and Rumble wisely backs away as he realizes that does not want to continue pushing this. Or actually, no, he's just hanging around there. He is aware that a jungler might be nearby because he hasn't seen him anywhere on the map. For now, in the middle lane, the Gragas may be in a little bit of trouble.
Nice Solar Flare and the Zenith Blade, and that's going to be a dead Gragas. So much damage out of Ari already with that Deathfire Grasp. Nicely done. And Gragas just got completely caught out by that roaming Leona. And look at the vision right now. Actually, the red team towards the bottom half has a lot.
Yeah, they do. They got the entirety of the red side jungle warded out, so they have these opportunities with that roaming Leona.
Already going on
the
to
mid lane. Oh!
Kha'Zix was lucky that that Zenith Blade missed.
Yeah.
If that had hit, he would have been dead for sure.
He would have been dead for sure indeed. But it did miss. Leona, despite not having taken down the tier, they actually have taken down the tier 1 turret, whatever I'm saying. So she uses that opportunity to go roam, and because they have this immense lockup potential with the Leona and especially the Ari as well, we did just see it cause Gragas' demise. They just have so many opportunities to pick
flash
off.
Out of Rumble already, the equalizer layered back down, and it is going to be enough for the time being. The nice Sun is actually preventing the assault battery from going down on him. He is still going to die, but he delayed his death long enough that Gragas could move up here, and he could now pick up the kill. Nice explosive cast onto Jax while he was jumping. That's going to finalize the kill onto him. The Ignite was down as well, of course, so nowhere for Jax to go. And now the fight in the bottom lane right afterwards. Nice Howling Gale knocking 2 people up, then Monsoon knocking Jinx back, but that's going to be the first kill onto Kha'Zix there. She's not going to try and chase for another one. Doesn't have her Super Mega Death Rocket. She used that earlier, so she doesn't have it just yet. It does look like the blue team is able to escape from further damage.
Yes, that's true. And that was a crit that Jinx got by picking up that Zeal. She's actually up a whole item over Lucian, who is sitting on the Vampiric Scepter and the Phage. So I imagine he picked up the Vampiric Scepter just for the lifesteal and is now going to build his Trinity Force as his first item. But still, Jinx has picked up her Bloodthirster already, and now that they have taken down basically forced Janna out of lane in that bottom lane, the pressure is not there for the blue team to contest this dragon, so the red team will pick this one up. Rumble gonna move in here, meet Ari.
Ari doing a lot of damage back, and even though the Ignite's on her, only one more auto attack. There she goes. Now she has to take care of Gragas, though. She did use her third Spirit Rush. She's not going to have that. Nice Flame Jumpers catching out Gragas. Gragas taking a lot of damage. Charm landing onto Janna. Janna is not able to actually slow her down. Yes, the Howling Gale lands at the very end. Nice Solar Flare out of Leona, but that's not going to be enough. Explosive Cast picks up the kill. Jinx wants to make something happen. Put down the Super Mega Death Rocket. Now Jax actually moving in. Flashes onto Lucian. Gets down the stun. The zap is not quite there from Jinx, but now Jax in the middle of 3 low HP enemy members. The Blade of the Ruined King have to fuse to slow down Gragas, and there's the Assault Battery onto Lucian as well, and this could be 2, maybe even 3 kills for the red team. They picked up the first 2, and now they can just push onto this inner tower with a minion wave that is not quite there yet.
Yeah, that was a nice fight from the red team. The Flame Chompers over the wall basically locked Gragas in place, so it gave enough time for the rest of the red team to come in. Jax also coming all the way down to that bottom lane to help out in that fight. And it all started with Rumble getting caught out.
As
Ari
he did
took
just
her
now,
down.
and he's going down again. Nothing to be
Yeah.
said about that.
He just keeps doing that in this game, and his score shows that 1-7-2. He really needs to be more aware of the positioning. Vi getting caught
Now
out
with the
there.
blue buff, Vi has to use the Vault Breaker to get away, but Kha'Zix has jumps, gonna follow that up, picking up a kill for himself. Vi getting a little overconfident there.
Yeah, it's true. But basically, what the blue team needs
Of
to
course
do
it's
is,
true. Everything I say is true,
of course, you are the prophet of truth.
right? Anyway.
So, yeah. What the blue team needs to do is they really need to get stop getting caught out, because that is happening quite a lot in this game to pretty much everyone. But that's also a part of the red team's team composition. They have so much lockdown. They got the Vi, they got the Jax, they got the Leona, they got the Ahri charm. Once someone gets caught out by those people, he will not be able to survive. And Rumble, we have seen that happen to him so many times. He just needs to be more aware of the enemy team composition, of the enemy positions, and of his own position to prevent that from happening.
Leona taking out that ward. She's moving into the enemy jungle, just putting down her own one, is going to be able to back away. As we see the red team picking up their own blue buff, giving that over onto Ahri.
Yeah. So basically, if we take a look at the items right now, Ahri is sitting on her Deathfire Grasp already. Has picked up the Blasting Wand as well, so I imagine that'll go to towards a Rabadon's Death Cap next, just for the raw AP. And in conjunction with the Deathfire Grasp, that'll boost up her damage by quite a considerable amount. Well, Gragas has picked up his Team Summon Holy Grail, and sitting on the needlessly large rod at this point. Now the question is, what will he build that into? Will he go for... I don't think he'll go for a Deathfire Grasp, because his damage is mostly ranged, and to use a Deathfire Grasp, you need to really get in close. He does have the opportunity to do that with the Body
Nice
Slam.
explosive cast. That was beautiful, knocking Ario aside, so her charm did not land, and now with the Ignite and the dot from the Equalizer still on her, she does go down, and Gragas was able to escape. Now the rest of the red team is there, but Kha'Zix might get a kill here and then go in with the resets. He still has managed. There's the Zhonya's out of Rumble. He's going to survive for the time being. The culling is coming out. That's one kill onto Rumble there for Jax. He's going to jump onto Gragas, looking for more. Almost gets it, but then he's knocked up by the Howling Gale, is not quite able to finalize it. Then the Monsoon knocks him back, so he can't get Kha'Zix either. But Lucian, in the meantime, got picked up by Jinx. Jinx moving now on to Janna. Jack's going to pick that one up. And once again, the red team coming out huge in a 3-for-1 trade, and the rest is very, very low.
Yeah, they tried to start this off by catching out someone, but the rest of the team was nearby, so they were able to, again, we saw it quite nicely, lock people down, knock them all away, keep them away from the people they needed to keep them away from. And thus they were able to turn this one around quite nicely without any casualties, pick themselves up 3 kills. Beautiful fight from the red team.
Indeed, and they're now going to look, what can we do with this? They have to start, or they can start now, executing their team composition, sending Jax top to split push, because at this point, nobody can deal with this 8-3-3 Jax, but by getting yourself caught out, Kha'Zix could finally pick himself up, his 5th kill of the game. Yes, he will, and he's going to back off quickly, because there are many evil people coming for him.
Yeah, that is true. He will be able to get away from this one, especially since Rumble will intercept now. He actually goes aggressive here, which he can do. Nice Solar Flare.
Yeah, Leona actually going back onto Kha'Zix. The Ignite is down as well, so I do think they're going to pick up that kill. Rumble trading back onto Jinx, and now Jax wants the kill. He wants a piece of the action. Is Rumble going to be able to run away? He's got that Scrap Shield, of course, to speed himself up, and those Electro Harpoons to slow the enemy down. Jax has that Randuin's Omen, but he's not going to keep chasing. Instead, he's going to defend the mid lane. Ahri trying to move on to Janna, but she did miss the charm. Now she's trading onto Lucian, but she misses her Orb of Deception as well. That was not a good play by Ahri. She missed the crucial skill shots, and now Gragas is there. That's going to be a kill for the blue team. Sad, sad day.
Yes, indeed. Ahri pretty much had no choice but to run away through the river, but that's of course where Gragas and Rumble were coming from after picking up those kills in the top side jungle river place. So yeah, basically mispositioning from Ahri gives the kill over to the blue team, and here Vice goes in.
Vi goes in again with the Assault and Battery. Sadly, not only the Zenith Blade, but also the Super Mega Death Rocket misses, but Vi is still not done. She picks up that first kill. The Monsoon a little bit late from Janna. Nicely done there by Vi. She just does so much damage at this point with that Trinity Force, and she still keeps going with the Flash Vault Breaker, sadly not quite landing onto Janna, but now they go onto Rumble. A nice Solar Flare catching out Janna as well, but the Equalizer damage was too much for her. Rumble picking up that kill, but now Jax is around the corner as well. Nice flash over the wall from Rumble, but Leona and Jax are not done yet. They're still looking for more. Jax jumping in, tries to get the kill onto Rumble. Use that Renduin's Omen, but it's not quite enough. Still not able to pick up the kill. Leona's coming back around. The Zenith Blade landed onto Gragas. Shield of Daybreak as well. He's forced to flash over the wall. And if only Ahri was there, or Jinx, they could have picked up more kills. Instead, Kha'Zix is top, picks up a tower for himself.
Exactly, that's just what it was. Ahri hanging around that mid lane exactly all the time while this fight was going on, and Jax is just such a menace to deal with right now. He has the Blade of the Ruined King, has the Renduin's Omen, who has both tankiness and insane damage. He's going to be so hard to take down while he dishes out a lot of damage on his own. And we did see that. They focused all the damage onto him, but it was just not possible to take him down, so they were able to pick up a few kills. We'll pick up the dragon here as well. Overall, red team in a beautiful position.
They have all the advantages right now. They've just been able to play the game the way they wanted to, have almost a 9,000 gold lead, and at this point, nobody can deal with Jax, but nobody can really deal with the other members of the red team either. So the blue team is really in a difficult spot. They sent Kha'Zix top just now, and ended up burning a bunch of flashes trying to escape. Those flashes will not be up next time. The red team may have the advantage if it goes down to another engagement.
Yes, and Rumble has just picked up his haunting guys, and he's going to build that into the mask later on. That is basically what he needs to deal the damage with his equalizer, because it's such an integral part of his item build, and it's also an integral part of every Rumble item build, no matter what how it might go. He was forced to go for the Zhonya's early because he was so behind in lane, and got bullied around all the time, got caught out a lot. The Zhonya's helped him not get killed more, and we did see him use it to pretty nice effect quite a few times, but that just means that his damage has come quite short.
In the end, if you survive longer, you can do more damage overall, but you're right. The Zhonya's doesn't do quite as much damage as an early Liandry's Torment. Then again, he has been having so much trouble in this game. 3-8-3 not having the best of days, as it looks very tense. The red team looking for the initiation here, hanging around the side. Another barrel coming out, and Vi going very deep onto Gragas here. She's all alone, though, against several members of the blue team. Everyone clumped up, and Leona is not grouped with her team. She needs to be, though, in order to engage it. Here's the fight. Jax already very, very low. Beautiful equalizer across everybody. Janna and Rumble already going down, though. Is Jinx going to go down to Kha'Zix? Kha'Zix chasing her down, is going to pick up the kill, jumping over the wall to be safe. Jax picking up a kill onto Lucian. In the meantime, Vi finished off Gragas as well. So the red team now, with 3 members in that mid lane, is going to push down on that tower. Zari still chasing off Kha'Zix. And now Jax, Vi, and Leona will take down this tower here.
It was actually a pretty nice initiation for the blue team here. Vi was able to draw away both Janna and Lucian from Jax, Gragas, and Jax, Gragas, and Vi. Now, what am I talking about? Basically, he was able to...
I know what you mean. It's happened to me plenty of times before.
Yeah, so basically, he was able to draw people away and open up an engagement there, but the fact that the part where they engaged upon, yeah, they did pick up the Baron, but I did not quite want to touch on that because that was
about Kha'Zix! He got the first reset. Is he going to get more? There he goes against Vi, and Jax not going to be able to do that, though. He could have had chances. If he had caught onto Ahri, she would have gone down. She was very low on mana. Jax alone wouldn't have stood a chance. But as it stands, he only picks up 1, backs off again, and now you may talk again, good sir.
Yeah, that's true. So basically, Baron gets picked up by the red team here. Kha'Zix trying to get in and pick up a kill. He actually managed to do it, so that's not going to be a Baron on Leona anymore, but Leona does not really need the Baron. What is much more important is that Jax has the Baron, that Jinx has the Baron. All those important people still have the Baron, and that fight that we just talked about for a bit too long allowed them to pick that one up, and now they're going to even be more ahead, even further ahead, and it's going to be really hard for the blue team to come back from this one. Not quite sure what they could do at this point.
They would really need to capitalize on mistakes the red team made. I mean, the red team has gotten themselves out of position several times here. They're going to go onto Ahri. Nice explosive cast, and Gragas keeps going offensive. Nice solar flare, though. Kha'Zix under the tower for so long and just locked down between the charm and then the solar flare. He could not get out, and now Vi still looking for more. They know they have the upper hand, but Jinx is in the bot lane, so they can't count on her. Jax is moving in. Vi already getting poked down here by all this range stuff out of the blue team, and now has to back off. They're still looking for the fight. Nope.
Yeah,
Not yet.
the red team can take the poke at this point, but Jack's actually going with it.
Yeah, Jax is going in indeed, and there's the equalizer coming across everyone. Rumble flashing forward. Nice Sonya's hourglass as well to keep himself alive for the longest time. Super Mega Death Rocket came in, and now Jinx actually doing a lot of is actually coming in on the side, and Vi did a lot of damage. So Gragas finishing off the kill onto Ahri. Lucian trying to get away. Jax flashing after, gonna pick that one up, and now Jinx still picked up Janna as well, and they're gonna rotate over. Not able to catch Gragas out since he moved off to the side, but this may give them the power to go onto the inhibitor tower.
Yeah, there's no turret there, but they're just going to tank this one through, and it just shows how far ahead they are that they're able to do that. Gragas getting caught out.
Gragas, well, I mean, Leona going very far away from her team.
That's true.
But she did keep him busy.
She did keep them busy, yeah, so the red team is able to pick up the inhibitor here. Jack's getting aggressed upon here by Kha'Zix, but he will just be able to leap away to Jinx. Or will he actually go for it?
Kha'Zix still going deep. There's a lot of damage. Another cast coming out from Gragas as well. That's going to be one kill to return onto Jinx. But Kha'Zix going to like those 500 gold shutdown that he got from that. He really needs that. Jinx going to pick up another kill though. So it's still 2 members from the red team up. 3 now that Arya respawned. And they still have all of the cards in their hand.
Yeah, red team overstaying their welcome a little bit, but they can do that. They're just so far ahead at this point. They have picked up the inhibitor and a turret to spare. And yeah, what the blue team has to do right now is basically hole up in their base. There's really nothing else they can do. They do not have any wards out there.
They going on to Janna Lucian. Janna solo the zap lands, and that's surely going to be her death. Oh, the Super Mega Death Rocket actually missing. Vi going the wrong way as well. Janna, the juke master, but that's going to be the kill. Vi picking that one up, but Lucian got out, so Janna sacrificed herself there. Lucian was able to escape.
Yeah, this just shows that the blue team cannot be outside of their base right now, anywhere past their inhibitor turrets. The only turret outside of their base that's still standing is their top tier 2 turret. And that's probably going to be the next lane that the red team will focus on. We see Ahri pushing the minions in here. That's basically the last thing I'm not even sure if I want to say that they have to save that, because at this point it really doesn't matter. They're just out pressured in all respects. The only ward they have is one here at the river, but that's not where the action is. The middle lane has already been pushed through. So the next team that next thing that the red team will want to do is either push down the bottom and pick up that inhibitor as well, or focus on the top lane, where the only turret outside of the blue team's base is still standing. And once they pick that up, it will become basically even more impossible for the blue team to come back from this one.
And you can see it on the items. Almost everyone on the red team has 3 or 4 completed items, whereas on the blue team, it's generally 2 to 3. So they're just simply at match. And right now, the red team is moving onto that top tower. The zap lands. Leona coming around the side. Nice solo flare. The Zenith Blade coming in as well. Ahri picking up the first kill. Now they're moving on to Janna. Janna doesn't have a flash right now. Uses the Mikhail's Crucible to try and get away. Not going to be enough. Gets picked up as well. And this is going to be the pressure onto the second inhibitor tower. Equalizer coming out, but it's not going to be enough. Nice Assault and Battery, that's going to be the surrender vote. At 33 minutes and 19 seconds, red team takes the win 35-18 decisively with a 17,000 gold lead.
Yeah, the lockdown from the red team was just way too strong, especially later on. Once the blue team got behind, it was basically already in a dire situation, even though they were not so far behind. But because the red team has so many opportunities to lock down the targets they wanted to lock down for such a long time, and that is basically what they did throughout the entire game. They picked off the targets, picked up the kills, and were able to turn that into something tangible, objectives, map pressure, you call it. They did very well. They deserved this win. Very well played.
Indeed, and that does it for us for tonight. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you will be back. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we will see you on the flip side.